But first, another battle going on in Lansing over the repeal of the emergency manager law.
And it's all part of a developing story on the fight to let voters decide if they want emergency managers in our communities.
And the Michigan Supreme Court is hearing arguments on whether that battle should be allowed on the ballot. Right now, protesters are outside the state Supreme Court hoping to influence the justice's decision. The emergency manager law in Michigan is a hot button issue for sure. People on both sides feel very passionately about this. Every seat, in fact, in the Supreme Court hearing room is full right now. People opposed to the emergency manager law collected signatures on petitions designed to repeal it. But the argument today is all about the size of the font used on those petitions. Those who want to keep the EM law say the font was too small. But the people who circulated the petition say that's simply not true, and they claim it's only a move to keep their fight against the law off the ballot. Here's a look at some arguments before the court.
So yes, this case is a case of philosophy. Do we make it difficult, as they have proposed, for people to redress their government through the petition process, or do we uphold the constitutional rights of the citizens of the state and allow them access to the ballot? That's what this case is about.
And we're limited in what we do. In this particular case and record, when the filing occurred, we exercised our right and challenged it appropriately. We submitted the materials. The record that we have is the record that we have. That's always been the case in these matters.
Now, the deadline to get the wording on the ballot is September 7th. We have no word on when the Supreme Court could make that decision.
Well, you saw the protesters on the steps of the Supreme Court in Lansing. Many of those people left from Detroit this morning.
Let the people vote. Let the people vote. Now. Now. Let the people vote. Let the people vote.
This is a group that gathered on a bus at Bethany Baptist Church in Detroit. The Rainbow Push Coalition organized free bus rides from Detroit, from Detroit, Flint, and some other cities as well. They want voters to decide if Michigan should have an emergency manager law. And here's what they plan to do if they don't get satisfaction from Michigan's High Court.
If it doesn't happen today, we're going to rally. We're going to protest around the state. We're going to occupy emergency manager offices in cities and school districts. We're also going to seek federal intervention. We're going to take this to a higher court higher than the state Supreme Court. And we're going to continue to fight so that we are not disenfranchised in this season of voter suppression and voter suspension.
We will have much more on the Michigan Supreme Court hearing going on in Lansing. Bill Proctor will have reports on later editions of 7 Action News and also on WXYZ.com.